What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about a streamer that goes by the name Frogan. Now you're probably wondering, what did Hijaba the Hutt do? And basically what she did is she said that she thinks that all veterans in the United States deserve to have PTSD and deserve to not have their injuries from war paid for. So I'll just play that clip for you guys right now.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers. Distress, thank you so much. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. U.S. military? Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
Where do you live, Frogan? Oh wait, you live in the United States. You know why our freedom is a thing? You know why you can actually say this about our government right now and not be just killed or imprisoned? Because of those soldiers that are fighting for our freedom. Now I can understand complaints you would have about stuff that's happened overseas in the Middle East specifically. A lot of horrible stuff has happened, a lot of horrible war crimes, but those should be placed on the individuals, not veterans as a whole, because most veterans aren't like that. Most veterans are extremely nice, polite people, and it seems you haven't interacted with enough of them. I would care to say you probably rarely have ever interacted with veterans, just because the circles you run in probably don't have a lot of veterans. So I can't prove that for a fact or anything like that, because of course I don't know you personally. However, I think that's a safe guess to make.
I do, the ones I'm like whatever about the U.S. soldiers are the ones that like acknowledge that like what they did was wrong. They didn't know back then. Whatever. You're a good person in my book. I'm like a Tom. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted. So the U.S. military that are like, yeah, like, you know, I did this back then, but now I know it's wrong. Like, I'm changed. Like, fuck imperialism. Fuck this. You don't deserve the PTSD. But like any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you.
Yeah, guys, that 18-year-old that was selling drugs and really not really going anywhere with his life, that joined the military so that he could go to college and better his life because he couldn't simply afford it. Yeah, he's a horrible person. He deserves everything bad that ever happens to him. He deserves to be living on the streets because his PTSD is so bad. He deserves not having his medical benefits taken care of because, well, he went overseas, guys, and he went and fought people that are objectively bad people, guys. So apparently that makes it so that he shouldn't be able to live. You know what I mean? Just a very weird statement to make.
I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
So she would actually go to double down by reacting to her own video, which I think is a very just stupid thing to do. You know what you said. Why are you reacting to your own video? So I'll play the clip of that right now.
Any other motherfucker, you're joining them. You're like, oh my god, I want my fucking Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
I hope you don't get healthcare and live a horrible life. Like, is that really appropriate? You know what I mean? Is that mature? No, not at all. It's not mature at all. You're literally laughing at you basically saying that you hope people have horrible lives that truly don't deserve it.
And they posted it in my head. I'm like, base?
Based alert. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're acting like, how old are you? I don't fucking know. Probably in your late 20s. You're acting like an actual child. You're not taking what you said seriously, even though there's a lot of gravity to these words. You have a lot of people that follow you and basically just believe whatever you believe. And now you're telling them to go shit on all veterans for basically no reason. Also, Hassan's the only reason that you have any sort of following. You're not interesting. You're not funny. You're not pretty. There's nothing about you that I could see myself or basically anybody that I know that are actually real people that aren't just internet people wanting to be drawn to you to watch your content. You don't have good takes. Half your watchers are just hate watching you. Nobody likes you. You're fat. You're ugly. Not that being fat and ugly has anything to do with her takes. Being fat and ugly has nothing to do with what your opinions are. It doesn't invalidate anything you said. It's just a very astute observation that I happen to have. She would go on to make an apology on Twitter, if you can even call it that. That's not really what it is. You'll see that in a second. The United States military has conducted some of the most horrific crimes against humanity in the modern era. I think this is a point that falls very flat for several reasons. One, objectively, the United States military was not committing some of the worst war crimes in our modern era that has to go to the Russians in Chechnya. And also, objectively, the people they were fighting were doing way worse stuff. Not that that makes what happened good, but they were doing objectively worse things. Hell, in most of these Middle Eastern countries, if you're caught not wearing a hijab, you'll be stoned to death. If you're raped, it's your fault. And yet you want to defend this, and you don't want it to change because changing a culture is bad. I don't think changing cultures is bad if the culture you're changing has evil implements like the things I just described. Let me ask you something, Krogan. Why are you here in the United States? Why are you not living full-time over in your home country? Because it's so great? Because the culture is amazing? Get out of here. So please, tell us what the solutions are for these problems, these things built into Sharia law, except for outside intervention. Because if you have some master plan that could go in and fix all of this without us having to do anything at all, I'm all ears. I'm also all ears because I don't think the government should even be in the Middle East personally. I think we should be helping our own people before we're just helping random countries because they have oil. You know what I mean? And the reason we're in wars over there is obviously because war's profitable for the United States. We are one of the most prosperous countries in times of war because of our infrastructure is backed off of a lot of that stuff, armaments and all that sort of things. In countries such as Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Lebanon, and Palestine, my anger is directed at individuals who are currently championing these war crimes as if they liberate my people. But that's not what you were saying. You were talking about how you're awful if you wanted a free car or a sign-on bonus. If you wanted your college paid for, you're a horrible person that deserves PTSD. So this is just not what you said at all. And even if it was what you meant, you had a chance to go back and reflect. You literally reacted to this and you just said, yeah guys, I was based. Teehee. You know what I mean? This is not how you truly feel. You're just trying to save face. And we can obviously see that you know most people don't agree with you and are just going to shit on you because, oh, only accounts that you have mentioned, can reply to this. It's horrific and disgusting. The beginning of the clip was worded poorly, and I do apologize for that. The entire thing was worded poorly. It was worded by somebody who has no idea what they're talking about anything political at all, and just sees something and reacts purely on their emotions. Doesn't do any research into anything at all. And you said what you truly meant, okay? This is not like, oh, I misspoke. No, this is what you truly meant. And we can tell that because when you went back and basically reiterated, yeah, I still agree with this, when you had a chance to self-reflect and correct yourself. I realize wishing harm isn't the best way to talk about these issues. No, really? Like you thought that would be fine just off the bat? Again, no common sense here. And that I could have talked about these topics in a more sensitive way. Now it's time to answer the age-old question, what everybody's asking on Twitter. Does she deserve to be banned? No, not at all. Not even in the slightest. In the same way Asmongold didn't deserve to be banned. You know what I mean? And I don't understand these people calling for her ban. You're just as bad as the people wanting Asmongold banned, and yet you seem to be the people that are saying he shouldn't have been banned. You know what I mean? There's a huge hypocrisy coming out of that entire thing. I don't think either people should be banned. The only person that is being brought up in this whole situation that I think maybe should be banned, but even then, I don't really think he should be, is Hassan Piker for bringing a terrorist on stream. But even then, I really don't think he should be banned. I'm a free speech absolutist. I believe everybody has the right to have a voice and that it shouldn't be silenced by a corporation wanting to just silence things that they don't agree with, which seems to happen quite a bit. Having a shit take isn't illegal, at least in the United States it's not. I know Canada and the UK and Australia beg to differ. You know, people get arrested for saying words over there, not making any threats or anything like that, just for saying words. Oh my god, it's a shit show over there. But anyway guys, if you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.